All right, folks, back with Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Dan Hampton, who, of course, is retired. And by the way, after you retired, you went to work for the government. You were on the ground in these places that we're talking about right now.
Yeah, that's right. We don't call them mercenaries anymore. I was a private military contractor, as ambiguous as that sounds.
All right, well, not that we needed to add to your credibility, but nonetheless, I thought people should know that. Okay, so let's get back to the book, Lords of the Sky, Fighter Pilots and Air Combat from the Red Baron to the F-16. And so you told how you found some of the people that you wrote about. Give us a couple of the outstanding men that you did write about and what stands out about them.
Well, one of the most interesting one was a World War I era pilot who then decided to, after the war was over, to go fight for the Poles in their war against the Russians. His name was Marion Cooper, and everybody would know of him because he survived, came back, and wrote King Kong, and then became the head of RKO Studios, which always interested me. I ran across a female fighter ace from World War II, a Russian girl whose name was Lilia, and they called her the White Rose of Stalingrad. Wow. Which sounded cool, and I thought, I got to find out more about this. And when I did, I used it to explain the war in the East, on the Russian front in World War II.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
There's a lot of stories like that.
Yeah, you know what comes to mind? The movie Pearl Harbor, which I happened to see a preview. They flew me on a junket back then, a press junket to Pearl Harbor, and I got to see the premiere of the movie on the USS John C. Stennis, and that was a big thrill to watch it. And I've seen it several times since. And the unit that Alec Baldwin headed, was it the Doolittle?
Raiders,
yeah. Is that as far as you know historically? I mean, is that an accurate portrayal?
Well, I think getting Alec Baldwin to play Jimmy Doolittle is a bit of a stretch.
I'm not a fan of his, believe me.
But the movie, yeah, I mean, they
from a flying point of view, I mean, what they went through. I mean, of course, it's enhanced and there's poetic license, but I mean, those guys really, really stepped up and really did miracles.
They did, and it was really important because it was just a few months after Pearl Harbor, and they probably all thought they were going to die. And they did it anyway because they knew that we needed to strike back. That part of the movie, I liked. The bomber part. The fighter part was kind of ridiculous. Nobody dogfights at 50 feet over the hangars. Yeah.
And one more, drones. We now have drones, blowing people up, blowing up houses, with suspected terrorists in it. We're in a whole new world now when it comes to aviation. You consider drones part of aviation?
Yeah, they're part of it. I mean, but to me, they're a tool, just like a bomb or a missile. They don't compete with fighters. They never will. They never can. I mean, you wouldn't get on an airliner with nobody in the cockpit, right? So drones are good for taking pictures, and I'll use them like that, but they're not going to replace us, so I'm not worried about it.
You asked me if I'd get in a plane with no pilot. No, but but now they're saying we're going to be driving cars that you don't drive.
That's even scarier.
I know. I can't imagine that. Oh boy! But when are the Jetsons coming? That's what I want to know. When we're going to be flying our cars?
Hovercraft.
Yeah.
I want one of those.
Anyway, Dan, great to see you. Thank you very much. And again, folks, the book Lords of the Sky. Read all about our great American heroes, written by Dan Hampton himself, a great American hero. And when we come back, Dr. Larry Sabato will join us. We got some primaries going on tonight, and one longtime senator and one longtime congressman fighting for their political lives. We will discuss that when we return. All that right here on the Steve Malzberg Show. But first, Chauncey Crandall with cholesterol tips.
Judging from everything you hear, you think all cholesterol is bad, but that's not really true. You need a certain amount of cholesterol to maintain good health. The problem is that too much cholesterol in your blood contributes to a plaque, a fatty substance that narrows the coronary arteries that feed blood flow to your heart. Picture your coronary arteries as a 4-lane highway. If one lane becomes blocked, traffic still flows well. 2 lanes, no major problem. But if a 3rd lane becomes blocked, that spells trouble. It's the same way with your coronary arteries. And when plaque slows their blood flow to your heart, this can even cause a heart attack. The good news is that when it comes to cholesterol, lifestyle changes can pay off big time. Even a small reduction in plaque can be like opening up another highway lane. Suddenly, blood flow that was stalled can go forward again. Changing your lifestyle does not have to be hard. And in fact, here are 3 ways to help you start lowering your cholesterol. Snack on nuts. Nuts are probably one of the easiest and tastiest ways to lower cholesterol. Walnuts and almonds are among the best. Bulk up your diet with fiber. Choose whole fruits instead of a fruit juice, brown rice instead of white, and if you're eating a...
Imagine